It's death for the Cloud Chaser TV, man. We back up in this thing again, man. And this is like
Oh, there where Lucci come from? There where Lucci be coming?
out here, like main reason a lot of people want to know, like what's going on with y'all boys, what's going on with Thugger, how Thug feel, why Thug is at Yfn Lucci, cause they just did some they just did some crazy stuff, man, on YouTube. They released some footage. They also released like Thug saying some things that you probably don't want to say on social media. You feel me? We gonna get to it in 1 minute. We got the screenshots. You feel me? Um, but basically he addressed basically a lot of different people in regards to you know the situation with YFN Lucci and Young Thug. It actually stems from like a female. We gonna get into that too. Which female? You feel me? Cause it's deeper. It's like some Atlanta stuff, man. Like straight up, it's some Atlanta stuff. Some Atlanta, really on some Atlanta blood, neighborhood stuff. Sex, money, murder type of deal. You did, but we ain't gonna really get into all the gang activity and what's going on when it comes to that. We gonna stay on topic. We gonna focus on right now and how they got here. So imagine you boys, right? Imagine like everybody know Young Thug came out before YFN Lucci. So when Young Thug come out before YFN Lucci, he already like pretty much like that signature sound that a lot of people in the industry got now, from Lil Baby to I would say like Lil Baby, um, everybody who pretty, even Dirt, you know what I'm saying? Dirt used that style, you know what I'm saying? It's more melodic. That's what I think Thug birthed that. You know what I mean? Like Wayne tried it, Thug just took it to a whole nother level. So I'm gonna credit him for that. Um, so YFN Lucci, he come in, right? You got YFN Lucci, he come in, so he basically come in the game and he using the same tactics, the same type of flow that Young Thug has, except of course his voice is a little deeper. And also the topics that he talk about a little bit more pain than Thug. You feel me? Like YFN Lucci, like to me, I don't really, you know what I'm saying? I don't get into a lot of his music because I feel like a lot of his music is for like people who depressed, you know what I'm saying, who going through different situations like at home and you know what I mean, like in the streets, like somebody trying to take your top off, you feel me, make you an example, things of that nature. But like, if you trying to keep that type of energy away from yourself and you trying to always stay positive, and more than likely what you need to do is you need to always try to like project that same energy. You feel me? So like if you ain't projecting that energy, whether it's listening to music, whether it's reading books, whether it's even, like you're on YouTube right now, you know what I mean? We dealt with the Cloud Chaser TV, so we try to, keep some good energy around. But like if you don't got that type of energy going on with yourself, you definitely will have issues. And we gonna break it down though, man. We gonna start with this though, right? Everybody seen
Oh,
when
there
he
where Lucci
first
come
came
from?
out.
There where Lucci be coming? Oh, there where Lucci come from? There where Lucci be coming?
Right, right. See, like the only thing is though with like Young Thug and YFN Lucci, like I said, they used to be good partners. Like I'm really thinking that Young Thug is probably even upset that he couldn't mess with Lil Wayne daughter, or is he upset that YFN Lucci messes with Lil Wayne daughter? Because like everybody knows the situation with Young Thug and Lil Wayne. Like back in the day, allegedly they had beef and allegedly tour buses were shot up, things of that nature. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna really get into it here when it comes to that part of the situation. But what we gonna do is we gonna try to break it down a little bit. So you got that situation going on, but a lot of people don't know that YFN Lucci has said a bunch of times, like tons of times, in using these type of tones, like where he's saying that not only do he respect Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne is his idol. That's why he named The Carter Six, the Carter Six. Well, Barter Six. His was the Barter Six. And a lot of people know Yfn Lucci for pretty much doing them type of antics then, because a lot of people didn't hear his music before then. I was fortunate enough, I was in Atlanta during that time, so I seen a lot of that music come out, how they was playing it in the clubs, different known strip clubs you'll go to. I'm talking about rotating this music for hours, you know what I mean? So I seen like what was happening before it even happened. And this is like, a few years back for sure. This is like before this like they was doing Rich Homie Quan the same way during this time. You feel me? They was doing like, I'm talking about on the radio, they killing the radio. They could have been on some Drake, like what Drake do. They could have been on that if they would have stayed true to Birdman. But Bird wasn't having that though. You feel me? Bird was not having that. You know what I mean? So maybe that could be a situation. That could be part of the issue, right? But we gonna go into like this, right? He got these tweets. They should be on your screen, man, loud and clear, right? So you got these tweets. He dropping. He basically saying Tupac B-Day because I'm new Pac. I feel like I'm thug. He didn't get to become, right? That's what that's basically what he feel about Young Thug feel about his new album, the one that we've been talking about. Far as like, you got some bangers on there, and it's heavily produced by J. Cole, you know what I mean? So J. Cole been doing his producer thing. He been coming out the studio, not only working with other individuals, but being featured on their projects. You feel me? So, and then you got like Yfn Lucci. He responds like Pac would have never wore a dress, clown, clown face, right? Now, he's saying Pac would have never wore a dress, which is true. Pac would have never wore a dress. That's a fact. Like, I can't see my boy Pac, like, he did some ballet, you know what I mean? Like, he did some ballet back in the day, but I can't just see my boy Pac wearing no dress, you feel me, for the clout. You hear me? This is definitely for the clout chasing TV, man. If y'all ain't familiar, man, hit the notification bell, man. Hit that subscribe, hit in the comments. We want to hear what you think, too. But, so you got Pop. Pop probably wouldn't definitely want to address then. So Young Thug responds back. He say, "You love mad or you big mad, peon? You love niggas trigger fingers, then Twitter fingers, right?" So that's like the start of it. You feel me? So that's nice. It's getting a little warm again, right? It's getting back warm now. Everybody know Young Thug. Pretty much, they say that Young Thug don't like to play around. They say that and this ain't the internet. This actually, this coming from the streets of Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them guys we spoke on, their gang affiliation earlier in this episode. So if you didn't hear it, just rewind it. But we ain't gonna really get into that detail on this. You know what I mean? But he's known in the streets, man. Like they known for, what I'm saying, getting down on people. Like, man, they'll do something to you allegedly. You feel me? So with that being said, you just gotta, you know, be careful what you put out there on the internet, because you never know who watching, right? So evidently, like, I don't know, because like Yfn Lucci, he had a few bangers, I believe, a few months back, but I'm not sure if he got anything trending right now. I'm not sure if he got anything even popping right now. But from what I'm thinking is he don't. You feel me? Like he don't have nothing popping right now, and maybe he using this for clout. That's what I want y'all to get in this comment section. You know what I mean? When it's re-air, and y'all get in the comments, and y'all let me know what y'all think. You feel me? Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what's going on. You hear me? So then you got, um, so then you got, like people going crazy. Like basically, Lucci got a nose ring talking hard. You know what I mean? This the comment section of Baller Alert. You feel me? Hey, like I like to look at the comments, man. I don't know about y'all, but it be just hilarious how like people, you know, how they get in on people. You feel me? Like, and then what's even more crazy is that the artist will actually look at this information and then gauge his next campaign off of this information. You understand what I mean by that? Well, I'll get into that some other time. You feel me? But that's what be going on. You hear me? Like, this is facts. No cap. And then, like, here's that girl we was talking about, right? That female, that woman. Now, as you can see, you see what's going on. I don't know. I got 4 different options. Which one you thinking? You going cray in the Benz or the bus? Every move I calculated. This is all what's going on, right? This is all what's going on. Exactly. Exactly. Facts. Facts, Mr. 187. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly. Pac never would dress, man. Never would dress. He never would dress. And in fact, like not only did Pac never would dress, like that era, like I don't get it. Like, what's wrong with even having a nose ring? You feel me? Like, that's something different than, wearing a dress. And my man's not only wore a dress once, he wore a dress a few different times. You know what I mean? But, like I said, in Atlanta streets, though, they say that, they get down. You feel me? Like his affiliation with Sex Money Murder. They big homies out of New York. That's why I said I ain't gonna really get into, like, on this particular episode, into the gang affiliation on why certain things could even happen. But like I said, Thug is a little different, man. He a little different. And we gonna get into it. So, and this is the reason you should try again, right? So, cross out the devil and go with God, please. If any upcoming rapper wanna be put on, let's make music. I don't wanna beef. You just trying to get on. Now, these tweets came out a little bit after he put out something else, right? 8 minutes. Why? What's wrong? Just asking. Here. What you doing? All right. Right. These tweets right here is the tweets that Young Thug girl was sending Yfn Lucci, right? Allegedly. So that's why Yfn Lucci basically wanted Young Thug to go live earlier on his live so he can, I guess, out him on his girl, messing with him. You feel me? But I thought Yfn Lucci supposed to be messing with Lil Wayne's daughter. I don't know, man. I don't know, brothers. We getting to it, man. We gonna get to it. But this is right here. This is questionable. This is questionable. This is questionable right here. This is what Thug put up, right? About 40, about an hour ago. As you can read, right? If I ain't like what you do for your mother and your kids, I would have been bleeped you. And he edited the man. But this is nothing new to, like, Young Thug's behavior. Because, like I said, during the whole time that he was beefing with, Lil Wayne, he was having issues with Lil Wayne. He was making it clear, even when he was doing business with Birdman, he was making it clear, like, I respect Wayne, but if you disrespect me, it's a problem. And I don't know, man. I don't know if Young Thug is prepared to go to jail. You know what I mean? Like, is he prepared to go to jail behind some of this stuff? Like, is it that serious? Like, when it comes down to a female, when it comes down to anyone, right? Certain things and certain people, you gonna do what you gotta do. Now, this person we talking about, this is Young Thug's not only girlfriend. This she been around since he been on, like before he was on. You feel me? This was his girl for years. It's his baby's mother. He calls her his wife. Now, you put that emotion there. We know how fellas get, so we know how that behavior can turn detrimental. Like, even far as, like, some brothers even go around and catch domestics. You know what I mean? Different things like that. But that emotion is there, and with that emotion, look what the man just. This is we talking about a millionaire tweeting this Well, Instagramming this to his fans. Like, is it that serious? Now that gets me to the next point, right? Now I'm actually wondering, is this a publicity stunt? Because Young Thug just dropped, I believe Yfn Lucci's gonna drop this up and coming Friday. So they gonna do something different in Atlanta and start with the fake beef. Man. I hope that's not what they gonna do. Yeah. Yeah. I could believe that, bro. I could believe, I could believe that. Yeah, but I'm just curious though, like, cause we talking about a millionaire, man, like a millionaire. Who's that? Meek Mill. He just now, Meek Mill just now beating his case, right? Where Meek Mill is just now able to probably travel to these different countries and get his stamps, where they probably been wanting to give him like $500,000 for like years. Years. He go get $500,000 from them once a year for the next 20 years. They've been trying to give him this bag, right? But because of his legal situation, I'm pretty sure that it was places and territories they will not allow him to go. They some places they don't allow you to go if you got like a little pinch on your light. I'm talking like speeding tickets. You feel what I'm saying? You got speeding tickets, they like, oh man. Or if you don't got, certain type of criteria where like far as like this is for regular people. Like if you got certain type of criteria where they don't know if you going go into that country and not leave type of deal, they got certain type of restrictions, man, and a lot of times it can be an issue. So like he don't want them problems. I believe Young Thug don't really have a record, so I believe Young Thug is able to travel the way that he needs to travel. That's why his bag is up. That's why a lot of these artists' bags is up. That's like a lot of times, like you will see artists from all walks of life, all parts of the USA, right? And shout out to everybody who watching us over and who be liking our content over in the UK and in Canada, man, and any other territories that I'm missing. Shout y'all out. Y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know if I'm missing you. But yeah, man, like it's just amazing, man. Like how you would just throw your life away for that. Like you feel me? Like you can go pick up them type of bag. It's just like Yo Gotti don't really got no blemishes on his record. So you imagine, you see how much money that dude got. You know why? Because he able to go to places that some of these artists can't. So you might see your artist might be like, for example, 6ix9ine. You would think 6ix9ine was like, he could have, like, if 6ix9ine was able to go where he needed to go at the time when he was out there doing all his little antics, and they was stopping his bag because they was finding him being an issue. Like, man, I ain't bringing this dude to my venue. They booking him certain territories overseas. And give me 1 second, gang. Let me. What's good, homie? What's good with you? What's good, man? Shout out the chat, man. Let me get 1 second, man. Let me. Yeah, so man, like, what's crazy is like I just don't understand like how brothers would just throw their life away when they got the opportunity. Like a lot of times, man, like I ain't seen people get wealthy in neighborhoods but I ain't lived in, from Chicago to Las Vegas to Atlanta, Georgia, all through Georgia, San Bernardino County, like people like them that first 100 grand they took that, leveraged it, and now they millionaires. You feel me? And these cats, man, they get like, I'm talking hundreds of thousands like monthly. You feel me? And at the end of the day, they end up being like a rich homie Quan. Like you seen all that bread that boy was getting? He had the whole he had a Lil Wayne and Jewel's Santana starter kit, you feel me, before he even had a hit record. You see what I'm saying? Because of his touring. And with that being said, I believe that's like how artists be having issues, you know. And oh yeah, back to the 6ix9ine dude. Let's get back to that dude. These rappers making millions overnight. Exactly, they making millions overnight, but they losing the shit like overnight because they come in with the packages like they. I mean, when I say the packages, I mean they got the VVS 1 and 2. You know, like I seen on Choke No Joke and Gene Deal, right? They was talking about Choke No Joke and Gene Deal was talking about different diamonds and lab made diamonds, diamonds being from Europe, Africa, different parts of the country, different parts of the world, I would say, and the price point. And these I'm talking about, dude, these guys, that's why they diamonds be looking like certain type of way. Like some of them guys don't be capping. Like they really be having on real diamonds, VVS 1 and 2. And I'm talking about like they make millions to sell their dignity. Yeah, exactly. They make millions to go sell out. You know what I mean? Because if you had any type of behavior and you had any type of um good thing about yourself as being a man or a woman, once you want to put some of that money back in your neighborhood, like I'm talking about like you got artists who got the same damn campaign, the same interview for the last 5 years straight. Every time they get on Sway, every time they get on Hot 97, every time they get on Breakfast Club, any of them major platforms, right? They'll get on there and tell the same damn story. They'll change it up a little bit, tell you something new, but tell you the same damn story. Yeah, how they grew up, they didn't have no one in their neighborhood who had boxing gyms, or in their neighborhood they didn't have rec centers, all of them gone, and in their neighborhood they don't have anything for the youth to do. That's why that they was doing this type of crime or this type of activity. But now none of them you will hear it come back after like even 5 years later, 5 interviews later, you will see the diamonds change. You will see they going from a small chain to a big chain, right? You will see even they videos look different. You could tell they getting a different type of bag, right? But you will never see them talk about how they got a youth center that they opening up in their neighborhood. And you can't even find no record of it. You know what I mean? Like, and this goes for like I know plenty of people in different neighborhoods, and their neighborhood is still shitty and ratty. You feel me? In fact, it's a ratty environment, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Um, so, you know, they just need to, man. I just think that when you got this type of opportunity, you need to put it in real estate, and you need to do your thing. You feel me? Like once you put it in real estate, I think that you'll be good. You know, put it in real estate can help the kids, but the ones making millions can't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. That's absolutely true, man. Like, and I'm thinking like they actually recycling crime, bro, influencing our youth the wrong way. Yeah, that's what I think they doing for sure. Like that's exactly what I think they doing. Like it just don't make no sense, man. It don't make no sense. That's exactly what they doing. They influencing crime to incite the youth. But I seen something else, right? Like this even going even deeper into it, right? Like where I seen something where I seen my boy Skiing Team, right? He was talking and speaking on like how when he was growing up in the 90s, that how a lot of times people will end up doing they'll do crimes, right? They'll do a crime. Like say for example, I even give you because I told him this same thing used to happen in Chicago, so I'll give you my version of it in Chicago. So in the 90s, you can go joyride. I'm talking about they on police chase. I'm talking about they damaging stuff up. I'm talking about like they running through the town like that's what they do every day. It's like New Jersey Drive, like the movie, but in all these different areas, all across the country, United States. I'm pretty sure they was doing this, right? So if you juvenile, they putting you in these group homes, or they putting it in, or putting you in the juvenile, housing. Which is similar to a group home because it's not really like it's different from jail, but it's jail. You can't leave. So a lot of times these, like I remember, like my cousin, they'll go to jail for joyriding. They'll been stole like about 15 cars that week, right? They've probably been robbed somebody the same week too, right? Then they'll go to jail. Judge will give them 3 months. They'll be in the ID home for like 3 months. They'll get out. Back to it. You feel me? So what Scheme Team was saying is how like the people, he believed that the US government pretty much not only is the big brother in this situation, because they use that against us. Because now you got kids thinking that, damn, like shit, I did that, shit, I did that. Yeah, well, shit, I ain't gonna lose nothing but probably the summer. I'll be out by the end of the summer. That's 3 months, shit. I'll be back out by the summer. You feel me? I'll get my little 3 months and be back home. Plot twist, right? So here come now when they 17, he go to 2000s. These the same kids, you know what I mean? Like 98, 97. These the same kids, right? Who in the early 90s was doing the same stuff because they were still juveniles. Now that same crime, not just one. Now they turned the now you got the stolen vehicle and you did an armed robbery. You looking at 10 years versus 3 months. So the game just changed on you within months that fast. You feel me? You went from that fast. You went from that fast. You went from doing crimes as look as if it was a petty crime. That's probably what your family even saying. Like, yeah, he a little badass. He be, he be stealing cars. He be doing that allegedly. And the thing is, next thing you know, you going in front of that judge. You 17 now, or whatever the legal age was in your state, right? You that age now, they tell you, oh, we giving you 10. You gotta do you gotta do 7. You feel me? Then you kid. So you going in the joint, you going to prison, with your like your nose to the ceiling. Anybody say something wrong to you, it's on sight. So now you getting extra time at it. Now you don't come home. You supposed to came home when you 27, 27, 10 years later, but now you don't come home until you 35. You feel me? Like this shit, like, man, they did some crazy shit to us, man. And like it's still crazy. Like, I don't know if they doing it even to like the billionaires now. Like, because do we supposed to be on Jay-Z's side? Like, if he, because like, of course we know the deal, like, man, Jay-Z, man, whatever, man, they need to be full of it. But our kids that's growing up, people that got kids that's coming up in this generation, they looking at it different. They already seen Obama win. They seeing these rappers win. Like, you don't gotta be a rapper. Now you can go on YouTube, you seeing people who, whatever you want to do, you could be a motivational speaker and make millions. You could be a doctor nowadays, you know what I mean, and make millions. Come up with some type of technology that's gonna, help people book faster they doctor's appointments. Now you a doctor with billions. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy now in this world. This is not the world that we grew up in the 90s. This is not the 90s. And then you think within 10 years from now, we're gonna be even farther. We're gonna be even further, man. We're gonna be even further. So guys like Yfn Lucci, man, Young Thug, moral to the story is, man, like, stuff like this, man. Stuff like this, you know, I don't even need to read it. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. You don't want to put that out there, man. You don't want to do that, man. You want to continue going to these territories. Cause like, they ended up with the dude 6ix9ine, right? So this dude 6ix9ine, he wasn't, you would think like the impact that he had, like far as like people knowing his name, the different places he was supposed to be, but he wasn't. You know why? Because he was a risk. And a lot of these rappers become risk when they first come in the game. So you got a Kodak Black. Like, Kodak Black ain't rich. He barely making it probably. He pay probably all this. Every time he probably do a few shows, allegedly the people probably come back. The lawyers probably want their money. The people who put up the bond, you know what I'm saying, for the $1 million bond that he got, probably want their money, their monthly payment. You feel me? Like, then he got an overhead of his house. Now he gotta go sit. You feel me? Like, yeah, you think streaming is doing that well? You still gotta go hit these territories. So how you able to hit these territories when they ain't letting you in Canada? They not letting you in the UK. They not letting you over in these different places. They saying no, 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 no. So you can't even get them type of bags. Like 6ix9ine, like I said. This dude, he probably could have like during that time, him in that Treyway Empire, right? They could have probably made a cool 20, 30 million, just like Death Row did. Because people don't know, Death Row made that money fast. You know what I mean? They made that money fast. They made it within a short span, and then it wasn't no more Death Row. You feel me? Like, do your history. So they could have did it. Like, they could have made a 20. Shug and them made way more than that. You know what I mean? And I'm sure Harry O gonna put that story out there exactly how much they made when he, you know what I mean, when he really get in tune. You feel me? Because you know he'll be released. If he not released yet, I believe he'll be released this week though. You know, don't quote me on that. But man, I'm telling you though, man, like they could have did it, man. They could have easily did the 20 million, right? But the thing is, that dude couldn't even travel nowhere. He barely can even do a show. He could barely even do the big cities like Los Angeles or New York, where Houston, where they like you know, basically all the city, any city that got the venue that's over 10,000. You feel me? He couldn't even do that. So you already know what time it was, man. Like the dude gonna go broke. But it's gonna be interesting behavior when how the industry plays with it, right? Because I can see him now on the Breakfast Club and he telling his story and looking like a victim, and then Charlemagne making his little, snitch comments, but at the same time, you know what I mean? I'm telling you. And then the people in the comments, they little kids sometimes. They saying, oh yeah. Then now people perception has changed. Like it's gonna be a very interesting time we live in. You feel me? Like I'm happy. Like with this time, one thing I am happy though. I'm happy that my kids, you know what I mean? Because I got young kids, so I'm happy that my kids don't really necessarily got to even live that type of lifestyle. You feel me? So they don't got to even worry about no snitch, all that type of stuff like that, because they ain't even gonna be in it. You feel me? Because I'm thinking that shit ain't even gonna exist eventually. Because there are people already getting down to where they want to do cruise. Like even in Chicago, I'm from Chicago, but like all around right now I'm in Las Vegas, all around the country, you different places I go to, and I go to quite many, man. And I know a lot of different people. And when I say that, I mean like these different areas, man, like they boil it down to where they want to be a crew more so than a nation. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, it was more so about a nation. So now it's about brotherly love, brotherhood. So I'm thinking what's going to happen is it's going to either go back to where people going to have that family structure. Like the family going to be the new thing. You know what I mean? Like, man, my family, the names you remember back in the day, like people, they last name means something. It's either going to go back to that, or people going to avoid their family, and the youth is going to actually, again, be their own crew. Like if they like fucking eating strawberries and playing the video game, or uh chocolate milk or some shit, you know what I mean? Like whatever they thing is, that's gonna be their crew. That's gonna be their crew. That's gonna be how they ride. They gonna have their own political views. They gonna have their own whatever. That's how I'm thinking the world gonna go. It's gonna be quite interesting though, man. But if y'all got anything, man, anything to say before I get up out of here, man, we definitely gonna be back in tune, man. We're gonna be knocking these episodes out, letting the game know what's real, man. Putting a death to all the cloud chasers, because we death for the cloud chaser. A lot of times people, they like, damn, you seem like you a cloud chaser. But the thing is, what if you see any video that I have up in regards to someone, I usually put up the facts first, then I'll speak on it. You understand? So you'll know that this came from the actual person versus like the story and changed, and he saying it. He said that and he didn't say that entirely. He said something similar, but he didn't say that. So what I like to do is put up the facts. Let y'all, you know, get in the comments, tell me what y'all think, what y'all got going on, then I'll tell you my opinion. Sometimes we ain't gonna see eye to eye, you feel me? That's cool. we'll move forward. But it's gonna be death to the clout chaser. You feel me? So we only have nothing but facts. Only thing we can go by is the facts. So with that being said, man, salute everybody who's in the chat, man. Y'all definitely hit the like button, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing, man. I'll definitely be back tomorrow, man. It's Death for the Cloud Chaser TV, man. The notification bell, hit that subscribe button, man. That like, always comment, man. Tell us what y'all thinking. If y'all don't know, man, go watch any of our videos and look at the comments. You will either laugh or get mad. Facts. So, with that being said, salute, man. I'm out.